Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. As you can see, we're back with our viewer summon, and today we are doing the Stargazer, 215,000 gems, and today we are looking for Talene. As we can see, we do have her Elite Plus, we do have another copy, so hoping to get her up to Ascended with our 215,000 diamonds. Do have some Stargazer cards, and big shout out to Mickey for letting me go ahead and do the summons on here. So looking in the Noble Tavern, there is Talene, who we are primarily looking for. We're going to go ahead. We have 123 cards. We have 215,000 diamonds. Only thing he is looking for here is Talene. So let's see how well we're going to do. So the first pull here, fortunately not too much on that pull. Continue pull number 2, so that's 20 cards in, nothing from there. Third pull, unfortunately not a Talene copy. Hopefully we can get a double or a triple. Nothing there, nothing too good today for the pulls so far. There's our another copy of Talene, so that will take her to Legendary. Let's go ahead and get 2 more copies, and then we can actually take her to Legendary Plus. Which, look at that, back-to-back copies. That's what we like to see. Even though we didn't have any luck at the beginning, got another copy of her right there. I'm hoping we can get at least more than enough copies. Ascended would be nice. Ascended would be the goal. We do get a wilder card there, which is always good. And I've still never seen the 30,000 diamonds. Still never seen the diamonds. And there's another Graveborn card, but no more copies of Talene, so we're 2 copies so far. No copy there, so our last pull with our Stargazer cards, and then we'll get into the diamonds. Another copy of her, that gives her 3 copies of her so far. Let's go ahead and get that copy up. That way we can go ahead and get both these copies up, which is always good. Go ahead and use both of those copies, Just want to make sure we keep track of how many more we need. So that brings her to Legendary. We're taking her to Legendary Plus. So essentially with these, we do need quite a few more copies. So we need 2 more copies to bring her up to Mythic. We need 2 more copies to bring her to Mythic Plus, which is 4. 4 more copies to bring her to Ascended, which is 8 in total. Let's check the bags really quick, see if we do have some diamonds, which look at that, another 10,000, so we can do a lot more diamonds there. A couple more summons there. And then we also do have some stones, which are completely maxed. All right, so 66 stones. First time I have ever seen max stones. Let's see, Talene is who we're looking for. I want to use the stones because I don't want to go ahead and burn through a lot of gems if we don't need to get copies of her. So let's go ahead and use the stones. Let's see what we get here. Not sure if it's going to time up. There is a copy of Torn. Copy of Saurus. So Saurus is unlocked there as well. Oscar, who we didn't have. Copy of Lorzen, always good for the Wilder team. Damon, definitely want to build him. All right, so let's look through who we got here. We got Orthos, so off the bat, we did get a copy of Orthos. Very, very cool. Still looking for Talene going through here. Looks like we got a copy of Saurus, got a copy of Damon, got a copy of Rowan, Satrana, which is good. We got Nara, got a copy of Torn, Screg, Gwyneth, Belinda. We got Lucius, double copies of Lucius, got double copies of Saurus. Not seeing many Celestials or Hypogeans there. We got double copies, triple, quadruple copies of Nimisu. Got some Sophia, which is good. Got a copy of Isolde, who is very strong. So that is a rain of heroes, as you can see there. All right, so let's go ahead and ascend those up. And then we'll continue. Let's see who we got here with our ascensions. And again, look at the amount of heroes we got out of here. So we got Saurus up, which is good. We got Nimisu up. We got Nara. We got Baden. We got Rowan. We got Orthos actually to Elite Plus there. So definitely some good heroes, but we did not get any copies of Talene, unfortunately. That's what we were looking for. Nemitsu, we're still building on this account. As you can see, they can add a lot of stars. Mickey can go ahead and add a lot of stars on here. But let's get back to Talene at hand. Unfortunately, we didn't get a copy of her. 240,000 diamonds we got. We need a total of 8 copies. So right here, we did get another card, but no copy of Talene. I'm hoping we can get to Ascended. So 8 copies we still do need at this point. Another Lightbearer card right there. So we have quite a few cards here. Double cards there. That's triple Lightbearer cards. We need 8 copies. Come on. Couple more. Not good pulls tonight. Hopefully we can get on a streak. There's another copy, so we need 7 more. Did get another Mauler card there, which is good to see. So 7 more to have her up to Ascended. I'm hoping for some back-to-back pulls or possibly us getting more than one. A couple more. These are always good to get because the artifacts are really, really difficult to level up. So anytime that you can pull those. So it looks like we do have a couple of our bags full. So we got things going to the mailbox, which still needs 7 copies there. All right, we got to get lucky. Next pull has to be a copy of Talene. Going through a lot of diamonds pretty quick here. There's a copy, so 6 more copies. It's going to be close. 175,000 left, though. 6 more copies. Let's see if we can do back-to-back here. Got some gear, but unfortunately not a copy of Talene. Still needs 6 more. Double cards there. Six more. Got some more essence, which is always good. Another Graveborn card. So we're getting a lot of cards. We're building a lot of cards at this point. Another copy. Very, very nice. That gives us 5 left. 150,000. We need 5 left. 5 more copies of her. It's going to be close, guys. We need some back-to-back. We need some good Talene pulls. So again, 1 more. It means we need 4 more. Just 4 more. 140,000 diamonds. Got another copy of her. 4 more, and we have her Ascended. Let's go ahead and look right here. Auto Ascend. There's our double copies. Oh, it's bugged out again. All right, so let's continue. 4 more copies. There's another one. Look at that. Back-to-back. 3 more copies. 135,000 left. We need 3 more copies of her. We need some good luck. 3 more copies. Come on, 1 or 2 more, we'll get another copy, which, not a copy on that pull. There's another copy. 2 more. 2 more copies, and we should have her completely built. Let's make sure here. So go ahead and do a couple copies of these. There's our Elite Plus, so double copies here. I believe we do need 2 more. Just want to make sure that our math is absolutely correct. Don't want to go ahead and use Undo Diamond, so there is Mythic, unlocking the signature item, exactly what we want. Very, very powerful hero. 1 more brings her to Mythic Plus, so we just need 2 more copies. That's all we need. So hopefully we have 115,000. We should easily be able to pull our last 2 copies. Maybe even add some stars to her if we get lucky. Another copy. Look at that. 110,000 diamonds left. We need 1 more single copy. 5,000. No copy there. Let's see. All right, no copy. We need 1. Just need 1. We still have 100,000 diamonds. More than enough to get some copies. Which, look at that double Graveborn card. So we are going to have a lot of heroes on this account. Down to 90,000. The diamonds go really, really quick when it comes to the Stargazer. Still looking for that very last copy. This one will be it. It is. copy. Look at that. We got another copy of her. Let's go ahead and build her really quick because she is by far the best hero in the game. And there is our double copies. That brings her to Ascended. There she is, the S++ hero, up to Ascended. Still have a ton of diamonds left. Still sitting on 80,000 diamonds. So let's go ahead and make sure Mickey wants us to continue adding stars to her before we burn through 80,000 more diamonds. All right, so as you've seen, we just got Talene to Ascended. Mickey said, go ahead and do whatever you want at this point. Glad we got her Ascended. We're gonna go ahead and focus on the twins. The reason is when you're focusing on the twins are used for a majority of the content, used for the guild bosses, used for the Twisted Essence bosses. Having the twins at least at Mythic with their signature item increases their survivability to the point that they can actually perform really, really well just at Mythic with a lower level signature item. So since we have Talene to the Ascended level, every star only adds 2.5%. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the twins. That way we can build them. We only have them at Elite Plus right now. So hopefully we can pull 4 copies of them, get them up to Mythic. That way we can unlock their signature items. So let's continue with the Stargazer here. See if we can pull a couple copies of the twins, which the first one, unfortunately, no copies there. I at least want 2 at the minimum. Got some faction gear there, which is always good to see. Still have never seen, got another Graveborn card, have a ton of cards at this point. Not a good pull there. Got some chests though. Come on, where's our first copy of the twins? We need to see a couple copies of them. Need at least 2, 4 would be ideal. We got a copy. There's our first copy of the twins. So we got 1 down, another Graveborn card there. So we need 3 more copies, 45,000 diamonds. It is going to be really, really tight here, folks. We need some back-to-backs, or we need some double pulls or some triple pulls would be ideal. Not another copy there. 35,000 left. Which again, just 30,000 left. Need a couple more copies of the twins. At least 1 more. Need some double Stargazer pulls. There's another copy of it. And we got a Mauler card there. So 2, we just need 2 more. We have 3 pulls. If we could pull 2 more and 3 pulls, I would be absolutely shocked. 2 more pulls. At least we got a copy to get them up to Legendary. Which the very last pull, hopefully we get a copy of them. It is a copy. Unfortunately, no copy of them. But we did get them up quite a bit higher, which definitely helped out. And this is why a lot of people say the Stargazer is not worth the pulls, but we got Elite Plus, got them up to Legendary right there. So continuing to build them. And we do have Talene at Ascended, which was the primary goal. So we got all of our Stargazer summons in. We got Talene to Ascended. We got the twins to Legendary on this account. As we continue to look at Mickey's, we have a ton of scrolls, as you can see here. 2,800 companion points, 430 scrolls, 153 faction scrolls. So we are going to go ahead and continue with the summons since the Stargazer is done. Our diamonds have been exhausted. Let's go ahead and get into the summons here. First one, we get a couple more rare cards, which is always good to see. Remember, this one has a much lower rate when it comes to actually getting elite heroes out of here. But look at the rare cards. That is a lot of cards there. A couple more blues. We might have to make some more room in the bags pretty soon because we have to be filling up on heroes because we have been pulling a lot of cards out of here lately. And there's our first elite with our companion points, which is Damon. Look at that. We got a copy of him. Very, very nice. He is a hero that we have been looking for. Built him on my pay to win account, and he is super, super strong. Back-to-back companion summons, which is a copy of Rose. Always use Rose. She is one of the heroes you definitely have to maximize the amount of damage that you can do. And look at that. An Elite plus Rose, Elite plus Damon. A lot more fodder heroes there, a lot more heroes that we can use continuing to build this account. We still have 2,100 companion points here. And look at that, back to back to back for companion summons. Odin, there he is unlocked. Continuing, let's see, that is 3 elites with the companion summons right in a row, which is always amazing to see. 4 companion summons back to back to back to back, and it is Rose again. We see another copy of her, and this is insane for the companion. 5 in a row. Look at that. A copy of Almas, even though it's just Almas, that is 5 elites with the companion summons. That is crazy. I have never seen companion summons as good as that. Crazy. 5 back-to-backs. A lot more rare cards here as we continue to build. We bought a lot of bag space, but overall we have a lot of heroes and a lot of heroes to build here. As you can see, we have fodder, we have rain, we have pretty much everybody that we can build. A couple 5-star heroes there on the bottom. So we'll continue 1,500 more. We're looking for Celestials, we're looking for Hypogens, and another elite right there, which is a copy of Oscar. Oscar I've still never built. I hear he is very, very good. A little bit situational, but does phenomenal in PvP. Overall, we might have to make a couple fodder cards here just to free up some of our bag space if we continue to get full. Like I said, we bought a considerable amount on here and continuing to build the bag space and get a lot of heroes. 900 points left. And hopefully we can pull 2 or 3 more elites would be absolutely amazing. Look at the rare cards. 6 more rare cards there. So again, the bag's filling up. Got another copy of Oscar there. We got Arden. A little more elite heroes. A couple more elite plus. Which again, we get that bug where it says that we do not possess this hero. We've seen it all the time. It doesn't seem to be completing the heroes correctly, which is kind of crazy. Another elite right there, which is a copy of Cecilia. Cecilia was absolutely pivotal when it came to the Abysmal Expedition, or the Bizzle Expedition, excuse me, not the Abysmal. Even though a lot of people have said it was Abysmal, but the Abyssal Expedition, due to her damage mitigation. So the amount of damage that she could mitigate, we're probably going to have to go, we might have to go ahead and restart this, build out a couple heroes, because I don't think we're going to have any more room. So let me go ahead and restart this. That way we can get some heroes. We'll build some heroes here. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys, so we are back here. We went ahead and fixed the bug. We're going to use the heroes that we can to continue to add stars here. As you can see, we have double copies of Rose that we pulled out of our summons. So we will continue these heroes to build up this account. Look at that, 3 stars on Rose. Rowan, always a priority, super, super strong hero. We do have Hendrik here, which we're building Hendrik. We'll go ahead, we do have a little bit of food. And we do have double copies of him as well, as you can see here. So taking him up to Ascended, which is awesome. That gives us a bunch. We have a couple 5-star heroes here, but we do have Hendrik, which means that we will focus on Gwen as well. We need 1 more copy of Gwen, and we can actually take her right up to the Ascended level, which it looks like we have a couple of heroes here that the system itself did not put together. But let's go ahead and grab Gwen, and we'll see fodder. We could use Rain as a fodder, which I'm thinking, but that would mean that we couldn't get a star. I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and wait on this one. Nimitsu, we have him at 3 stars. This will take him to 4 stars as we continue to use these heroes, freeing up bag space. There is Nimitsu at 5 stars from the copies we pulled from him. Next hero I would build here would definitely be Sophia. Sophia is super, super powerful, so we'll actually use a little bit of food for her. We'll go here with, we have double Spider Queens, we have a ton of goalless, so we'll go ahead and pick up a couple copies here. Again, really mitigating a lot of the bag space because we have quite a few copies of her, getting her to Legendary Plus. Warwick would be another one that I would definitely build. We have Entandra, we have Verk already built. Nimitsu, as you can see, is 5 stars, which is absolutely phenomenal. And we also did unlock Saurus. Now, Saurus is a hero, even at lower levels, will work very, very well once you have a signature item unlocked. So here we do have a copy of Kaz. We already have the primary 3 ascended, but we don't have Iran. So overall, we're missing Iran and we're missing Saurus, which there we only have 1 copy of Iran right now, so we can't push him too far. Same with the Graveborns. We have a couple heroes ascended here. We have Pharrell. We have, looks like we're working on Baden here with a little bit more food. I believe we already do have copies of him. Nope, we have no more copies of Baden, but we do have Damon. But that'll give us a little more bag space. That gives us, again, a little bit more room so we can continue the summons. We have 430 scrolls left, but we do have to finish up the companion points first, which we have had really, really good luck with elites. And there is another one. There's a copy of Saurus. Just talking about him. We need 1 more. We can go ahead and build him. So hopefully we can pull a couple more copies. And there is another one, which is Lorzen. Definitely take a copy of Lorzen. He is such a good hero. And we've seen a crazy amount of elite heroes out of the companion summons. Absolutely crazy, the amount of summons we pulled out of there. This one we're going to save. That way we don't have the diamonds to go ahead and summon. We do have 153 scrolls, which I'm thinking maybe we'll do Graveborn, just because if we can pull Damon, or this account could really use Saurus. So let's see how well we do here. Make sure the wish list still looks good, which we're looking for Sophia, looking for Saurus, a couple heroes here, looking for some more copies of Iran, Cecilia. Got a lot more summons coming here. 430 scrolls, 153 factions, which a couple more blues there. Hoping we can pull a couple more copies of Saurus. And there's another elite, which is another copy of Oscar. We might be able to build Oscar. He's a hero, again, that I have never seen at this point, but it would be very, very cool to see him built. Again, need a little more bag space. Got a copy of Lores in there, but look at the amount of heroes we're going through. A lot more elites, a lot more elite plus, a lot more fodder there, so we can continue. We are going to be able to build a insane amount of heroes, which another elite right there. Celestials or Hypogens, we're still looking for it. It is a copy of Nara. Nara and Pharrell are the 2 strongest Graveborns, short of Damon, which it's still kind of early to see how effective he is and how well he will really perform. Couple more rare cards there. 360 scrolls left. And there's another elite, still looking for Celestials and Hypogens, which it is Isabella. Isabella does really well, but it seems as of lately she has been replaced by Oden. And another elite right there, as it is a copy of Solus. So we are getting a lot of Wilders, a lot across these factions as we continue to build this team. And look at that, a double, our first double right there, which is, they're his guys. Anoki, one of my favorite maulers. You do need him for the event that is currently going on right now. And the second one is Saurus. There's our other copy of Saurus, so we can go ahead and build him. We will have enough food. We still have a lot of summons left. We need 4 more copies of Saurus, and we could actually take him all the way up to Ascended. So let's go ahead, and there's another copy of Solus, Isabella, a couple more Elite Plus heroes there. So let's go ahead and look at Saurus really quick. Since we did get our double copies in here, we can use a couple other copies, which we have a lot of copies of Ira. So we'll go ahead and use these 2 up. We'll get Saurus up to Legendary Plus. Got another copy to go ahead and get him right to Legendary Plus, which is where we want him right now. Still looking for some more copies of Iran. Looks like Gorvo we have a couple copies of. So we have a lot of heroes, even Kaz. Kaz we haven't seen copies of either, but that's okay, because we can continue the summons here. Again, 4 more copies of Saurus would be ideal to go ahead and push him with some food all the way to Ascended. Triple, look at that, a triple pull. Another copy of Inoki, Iran, who we've been looking for, Almas, always a good pickup, even though I'm not a big fan of him. A triple So we got a double to a triple. Let's see if we can do a quad here. There's one back to back, which is a copy of Damon. So there is another copy. That gives us 3 that we've pulled so far for him. So we can actually build him as well. A couple more copies of pretty much a lot of prime heroes on this account. And we will be so set to push through much more of the campaign. It is a copy of Rowan. I believe Rowan, I was already at 5 stars, so we can actually use the spare copies of him as fodder. More red chests right there. So there's Anoki. There's another copy of Iran. So again, for the Wilder team, definitely some heroes we have to work on because we have Saurus. Now we have double copies of Iran, which we still have quite a bit of fodder there, so we can get him up to Legendary Plus as well because he is the primary for this team. Absolutely. We'll have more than enough fodder because we have a lot more summons that are still coming. So go ahead, get him to Legendary, get him to Legendary Plus. Keeping the heroes at Legendary Plus, essentially till you have double copies of them to push them further is ideal because you never know what hero you're going to get more copies of or what hero you're going to get essentially copies of first before you can move them to Ascended. So you might move a hero to Mythic, you might move a hero, and there's another double, which it is a copy of another copy of Oscar and Isabella. We've seen them quite a bit. That's a lot of copies of Oscar. Like I was saying though, is you might move a hero to Mythic or even Mythic Plus, and they will sit there waiting on their last copies when you possibly could have other heroes that you could take to Ascended. Kind of the big reason to keep them at Legendary Plus. Do you have the double copies? And there's double copies. That's what we're talking about. We have another copy of Rowan and Lorzen. Still no Celestials or Hypogean heroes at this point. But look at that. Rowan, Oscar. We got another copy of Hogan, Sylvana. So again, a lot more food on this account. And that actually, so he only had 1. So that'll take him to 2 stars there. Continuing to build him, and look at the amount of heroes that we can get up. We still have 200 summons left on this account. A lot more rare cards there. And the rare cards are definitely stacking up. Remember, we still do have the max bluestones as well. Another double, and a triple. Cecilia and Titus. Titus, I'm finding as I'm getting farther into the Mauler Tower, Titus is a priority in the tower. For some stages, it seems like a lot of people can't pass them without Titus and without Titus being leveled up. So definitely focusing on him. Sophia, Titus, and a couple others for the Mauler Tower, which there's another elite, which is Pharrell. Pharrell on this account is already at Ascended, so we can continue to build him. Continue adding more stars to him. Yep, and there's another copy. So we'll hop on really. Excuse me, got a little cough. So we got 2 stars on him. Look at the copies. We have 4. We have 5 copies of Isabella. So even this point, if Isabella is in the wish list, we'll take her out. So let's look at Grez. We have copies of. Same with Grez. We'll drop him out of the wish list, just because we already have so many copies of them. So there's Isabella. We'll drop her out. We'll continue. We have Damon in there. We need a couple more copies of Isolde at this point. And Grez we can get from the shop. Most of the heroes here we still need, as well as building the heroes here. All right, let's continue with the summons. We're going to have a couple more heroes to build. And there's another elite, which is a copy of Rowan. So we already added 1 star to him. We need, I think, 1 more copy. We can add triple again, which is Saurus. There's another copy. Pharrell, we just added a star. Got copies of Lorzen, but another copy of Saurus, meaning 3 left. 3 copies of Saurus left, and we will have him up to Ascended on this account to really push the Twisted Essence bosses. A couple more rares there. Which for the Lightbearer faction, we are going to have a ton of rare heroes and a ton of fodder. Another copy of Rose, still adding stars to her. I believe that's going to be one more star, so we might even be able to pull Rose all the way up to 5 stars if we get lucky. We have Cecilia copies. Again, we have Gwen copies. We have copies of Rain. Even food, we have 3 food heroes here. We already got Hendrik up to Ascended. Couple more heroes, and we can actually build up Cecilia. But we need 3 copies of Saurus. That's really what I'm looking at. Because an account this far needs Saurus built. But Mickey has been saving for a long time so we could come in and do these summons, as you can see. Another elite card there. Hopefully it's Saurus. It is Isolde. We just popped him in the list. I believe we need 1 more copy and we'll have our 4 Elite Plus copies. Just need food to go ahead and take him up to Ascended at all. If you haven't seen, between Damon and Isolde, Isolde's furniture is super, super powerful. Same with Damon. And another elite there. Very, very powerful heroes. And Satrana. I've started using her since the rework. Increased her survivability a ton. Does a lot more damage, which is always good to see. From a hero, you want the survival there. And again, another card on the table. There's an Isolde copy and a Satrana. So again, building up a lot more heroes here. A lot more elites. All right, so we got 2 more summons here. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the cards. The reason is I want to continue going for Saurus. See if we can get our last 3 copies, which final pull is an elite. Is a copy of Rowan. Again, that'll give us our double copies of Rowan. So we got 4 cards on the table. I want to see if we can get Saurus and if we can build Saurus. We use a couple cards for the Wilders. There's a copy of Cirrus. I believe Cirrus we already have enough copies of on this account. Our second pull with our Wilder cards is a copy of Solus. So again, we just need some more copies of Saurus, not Solus. Gorvo we already had quite a few copies as well. And our last Wilder pull, which is a copy of Namora. Namora you can get from the shop too. That's why she's not really a priority at this time. 153 scrolls. So we have 15 total summons to hopefully pull our copy of Saurus that we're looking for. First one, 6 rare cards, which is a pretty good pull when you're pulling 6 rare from the same faction. First elite card right there, which is a copy of Solus. So Solus we have a lot of copies of as well. We'll continue to build up these heroes. That gives us, I believe, another copy of Rowan. Overall, the heroes that we're looking for, we are building a strong hero. Best support class in the game, short of being Talene, but Talene's kind of set aside on her own. So let's see, 13 more summons here. Need copies of Saurus to build him. If not, we can always save our diamonds up. That way we can go ahead and pull our choice pulls, which will reset pretty soon. But saving a little bit more diamonds, we can go ahead and build him, which here is a copy of Iran. Iran's the other hero we're looking for because for the Wilder team themselves, even as you're pushing further into progression, Chapter 31, when you're required to have 2 teams, most players use the Wilder team. That's why it's kind of imperative to build the Wilder team, as most players use the Wilder team when you're going further into the campaign and when you start getting into Chapter 31. Which this account is not very far off from Chapter 31, but that gives us a lot more food here. We have Ira, we have a bunch of copies there. And again, Solus, we have 4 copies. Just need a couple more copies of Saurus. Saurus we're still looking for. So we still need 3 more copies of Saurus, which we have 8 more summons plus a card on the table. We might be able to do it here. There's an elite right there. Just a copy of Solus again. So we have been banking a lot of copies of her. A couple more Ogies. Got an Arden there. Triple Ira. So that gives us a rare plus, which this is our elite pull. Hopefully Saurus. Copy of Almus. Big tree. I built him all the way to signature item plus 30. Not too effective for a tank. Again, we added a ton of emblems here. There's another copy of Almas. So overall, Mickey is going to have a ton of heroes to build on here. Really choosing who he wants to build. And there's another elite back-to-back copy of Lorzen. Lorzen's another hero, very, very good with Eron because he links the front and the back together, making it super, super effective. That is our last summons. We'll go ahead and we'll hit up the barracks really quick. We'll check out the cards we got. Look at that. 20 more red chests. 2 more pulls for the Wilders, which pull number 1 is a copy of Kaz. Kaz is already Legendary Plus on this one. So I'm not sure if he's planning on building her, but we got a couple more copies of her there. And our final pull here for our card, we'll check out the barracks. We'll pull a couple of the stones there, and that will do it for this Saurus. So that gives us 2 copies of Saurus, right? I believe that is our double copy of Saurus there. Yep, so we are still 2 copies short. So even though he's Elite Plus right there, we have more than enough food between all this with an Elite Plus to go ahead and take Saurus to Mythic, to take Saurus to Mythic Plus. Definitely have more than enough cards to take him up to where we want to be him. So let's go ahead and look at the barracks really quick. We should be able to buy, I believe, all of these. We'll go ahead and pop the stones. So let's go ahead and use these really quick. We have a lot of other cards actually in here. Let's go ahead and open these. Fingers crossed, 2 copies of Saurus. It is another copy of Kaz and Lorzen. So not too bad there. These are all from the Stargazer pulls that we pulled. So 7 elites here, which we got Nara, we got Thorin, which I believe Thorin's already adding more stars. Isabella, double copies of Isabella. So we have gotten a ton of copies of her. There's Sophia. One that we're definitely looking to build here. Sophia. Oh, send them to the mailbox because we're full again. Which it is. Belinda. Look at that. Cecilia. Very, very nice. We'll go ahead and get all these heroes up to Elite Plus. Let's collect up. Looks like these are probably all from our summons. So we'll collect all those really quick. Not sure if that'll give us enough copies. But overall, Sophia we want to build as well. Do we have double copies of her at this point? We have 1 right there. I don't think we have enough, so we don't have enough to build it. But look, triple or quadruples of Brutus if we wanted to build him, of Kasos if we wanted to build him. We have a couple copies of Scrag if we wanted to build him. Warwick we have the copies of. Satrana we have a couple copies. So whatever Mickey is looking to go ahead and build here, we have more than enough copies. Still completely maxed out on the fodder cards. Have 9 elite hero stones here. Which let's see, we got, look at that, Baden, Isolde, Brutus, we got Damon, another copy of Damon. Very, very cool. We got a copy of Torn. Kasos, another copy of Oscar. We pulled a ton of copies of Oscar on this account. Absolutely crazy with the amount of copies we pulled. But that gives us, I believe, enough for Cecilia as well. Adds more stars to Namora. So this account is reaching a lot of 5 stars heroes. There is triple Cecilia. We have double Oscars. And I really wish Lilith would put these in order. Rain, you could actually use a couple copies there. We do have some food here. Actually, Lucius, because Lucius is already 5 stars. Same with Belinda, same with Falks. So we have Belinda, we have Falks, we have Lucius. A ton of food there to go ahead and work on getting Cecilia up. Definitely getting Gwen up. Same with some of our other heroes. We have a couple 5-star heroes. Nemisu is 5 stars. Working on those. Even here, no 5 stars. We almost have one there, but still need another copy of Saurus. And then here, I believe Damon, we do have double copies of, so you could take him as far as Mythic Plus with the copies we have. Isabella, look at that. 6 copies of Isabella. So we could actually level her up, get her all the stars that she needs. Actually adding 2 more stars to her. Go ahead and build Isolde if we wanted to. We have Nara here as well. Triple copies of Nara, which is awesome. And a ton of food for all of those ascensions. If we're going to focus on Baden, I I believe we pulled a couple copies. We have double copies of Baden. So since he is already mythic, you can take him to Ascended. Shamira is already 5 stars. So again, Mickey, this account is completely set and ready. Thank you very much for letting me do the summons. 29-18, adding a lot of stars to Rowan, adding a lot of stars to the Light Bearer lineup. Very, very powerful. Adding more 5 stars. Rose got a ton of stars. Rowan got a ton of stars. Looking here at his comp, they're the primary ones that he was focused on. But we also did get Saurus. And we have everything we need in the cards right here in the stones to go ahead and build everybody we want. Look at the amount of emblems we have here. You could take Saurus all the way to Mythic Plus with a +20 signature item. So again, thank you very much, Mickey, for letting me do the viewer summons. We did an insane amount of summons for you. 61 million power here. Definitely a super, super strong account. If you guys want me to do viewer summons, furryhippogaming@gmail.com. Please let me know. I will do the summons as soon as I can. Been super busy. I know Mickey's been waiting for a little while. And as you can see, he's saved up an insane amount of resources to go ahead and get this summon done. But again, thank you guys for the viewer summons. I absolutely love doing them. And as always, thank you guys for watching.